Hello ARMY. Welcome back to Zona Taekook channel. ARMY, something just happened and fans all over the world can't stop talking about it. A short clip of Jungkook and Taehyung is going viral. But it's not just another moment. It's something that feels different. At first glance it looks normal, just two members, one frame, 1 second. But when you look closer, their eyes tell a completely different story. Jungkook turns and then Taehyung looks back. That's it. No words, no interaction, but somehow it feels heavy. Why did Jungkook hesitate? Why did Taehyung's expression change even just for a second? ARMY, you've watched them for years. You know their chemistry. You know how they look at each other when everything is okay. So what changed? Fans are replaying this moment again and again, trying to understand what they just saw. Some say it's nothing. Others believe this could mean something deeper. Is this just a misunderstanding? Or did their eyes just reveal a truth they've been hiding? Tonight, the internet is not just reacting, it is unraveling. Because what was caught on camera between BTS's Jungkook and Taehyung is no longer being dismissed as coincidence. Fans are asking one question over and over again. What did their eyes just say to each other, and why did it feel so different this time? The footage is short, almost too short. Just a few seconds, a passing moment. But in those seconds, something shifted. Something subtle, something emotional, something that longtime fans immediately recognized as not normal. Jungkook turns first, his expression unreadable at first glance. Then Taehyung follows. Their eyes meet, not briefly, not casually, but with a weight that feels too heavy for a simple interaction, too loaded for a routine public appearance. And that's when everything changed. Because ARMY didn't just see eye contact, they saw hesitation, tension, even distance. Why did Jungkook's gaze linger but not soften? Why did Taehyung's expression shift slightly before he looked away? And more importantly, why are fans around the world feeling like they just witnessed something they weren't meant to see? This isn't the first time Taekook moments have sparked global attention. Over the years, every glance, every smile, every shared laugh has been analyzed, celebrated, and cherished. Their bond has always felt unshakable. Something deeper than words. Something that didn't need explanation. But this time the reaction is different. This time ARMY is not celebrating, they are worried. Social media exploded within minutes of the clip surfacing. Hashtags began trending almost instantly. Millions of fans replayed the same few seconds, slowing it down, zooming in, searching for answers hidden between frames. Why does it feel like they're not okay? Did something happen between them? Am I the only one who feels this distance? These are not casual comments. They are emotional alarms from a fandom known for noticing even the smallest changes. Some fans point to Jungkook's body language, the tension in his shoulders, the way his eyes don't fully relax. Others focus on Taehyung, his expression calm but not quite warm, his gaze steady but lacking the playful spark fans are used to. Is this just exhaustion? A long day? A misinterpreted moment? Or is this something more? Because here's where the mystery deepens. This moment didn't happen in isolation. In recent weeks, fans have already noticed subtle shifts. Fewer interactions, less visible closeness. Moments that once felt effortless now feel measured, controlled. Almost as if something is managing what is seen. And that raises a question ARMY is almost afraid to ask. Is this natural or is it being controlled? Speculation has begun to swirl. External pressure, industry expectations, company decisions, image management. Could it be possible that what we're witnessing is not a personal change but a forced distance? Or is that just fear refusing to believe something real could be slipping away? Because the truth is no one knows. Not yet. But the clues are there. Hidden in the silence between them, in the way their eyes met and then quickly disconnected, in the feeling that something unspoken passed between them. And perhaps the most haunting question of all. If everything is truly fine, why does it feel like something is breaking? Fans have begun revisiting older clips. Moments filled with laughter and natural closeness, comparing them side by side with this new footage. The contrast feels undeniable. Back then, everything felt real and effortless. Now everything feels watched, measured, different. But is that difference real? Or are fans seeing what they fear most? Because emotional investment can make even the smallest change feel significant. And yet, this doesn't feel small. Even casual viewers and commentators have started asking, what's going on between them? Why does that moment feel so tense? When did things start changing? No official statement has been made. No explanation given. And perhaps that silence is what's making everything louder. Because in the absence of answers, every detail becomes a clue. Every glance becomes a message. Every second becomes evidence. Some believe this is just a phase. Others fear it could be something bigger. A turning point that could redefine what Taekook means moving forward. Because for many fans, Taekook is not just a dynamic. It's a symbol of connection. Something genuine in an industry that often feels controlled. So when that symbol shows even the slightest crack, it shakes everything. But here's another possibility. What if this moment isn't distance but complexity? What if that look wasn't cold but something deeper, something too complicated to show openly? Because sometimes silence carries more meaning than words. Sometimes a single glance can hold an entire conversation no one else is meant to hear. As the debate continues, one thing is certain. This moment will not be forgotten. Not by fans, not by media, not by anyone who felt something shift in that second. The question now is not just what happened, but what happens next. Will future appearances bring clarity, or deepen the mystery? Was this just a moment, or the beginning of something unfolding behind the scenes? Because the tension didn't fade, it grew. Quietly, subtly, in the spaces between appearances, in details most people would overlook. An ARMY began connecting fragments that felt too precise to ignore. Another video surfaced. Different angles, same two people, but this time they didn't look at each other. Standing close, yet turning in opposite directions. No interaction. No acknowledgement. Small actions that, together, felt intentional. Fans began asking again. Did they avoid each other, or were they told to? Because in an industry as controlled as K-pop, nothing on camera is ever completely accidental. And when a natural connection suddenly appears distant, not once but repeatedly, it raises suspicions. What if this isn't about them at all? What if it's about everything around them? Some noticed a subtle movement behind the camera, a possible cue. If true, then the moment wasn't spontaneous but influenced. And that possibility changes everything. Because maybe what fans are seeing doesn't reflect reality. And that thought brings a different kind of fear, not that something is wrong, but that something is preventing them from showing what is right. Old interviews resurfaced. Words that once felt abstract now feel like clues. Not everything can be shown. Some things are better kept quiet. At the time poetic, now possibly revealing. So fans began asking, have they been telling the truth all along? Just in a way we didn't understand? Still, not everyone agrees. Some believe this is overanalysis, that exhaustion and schedules explain everything. And that's fair. But what makes this different is the pattern. Not one moment. Many. And patterns rarely happen by accident. More clips emerged, small fleeting moments. A glance held too long. A posture shift. Pause that felt intentional. Not dramatic but real. And together they tell a story no one has confirmed, but no one can fully ignore. So what is really happening? Are they drifting apart, or being pulled apart? Or is this something else entirely? Because even in the tension, something remains. In one clip, Taehyung slows down slightly. Jungkook catches up. For a brief moment they walk side by side. No words, no eye contact, but the distance disappears. Then it returns. And that moment gave fans something important. Maybe this isn't permanent. But if it's not permanent, then what is it? A phase? A situation? Something unresolved? As the story continues, one truth remains. The story isn't finished. Not even close. And the more fans look back, the more it feels like they're watching something hidden in plain sight. Something not spoken but somehow communicated anyway. Because sometimes the loudest truths are the ones said without words. And Jungkook and Taehyung may have just said more than anyone realizes. And just when ARMY thought they'd seen it all, another moment appeared, quieter, briefer, but even more profound. This time it wasn't on stage, not under the spotlight, but in a corner of the crowd, almost unnoticed. Taehyung was already there, standing slightly apart, his expression calm but distant, as if his mind wasn't fully there. The sounds around him didn't really reach him, and the camera wasn't focused. Then Jungkook entered the frame. There wasn't a major change immediately visible. There wasn't a dramatic movement. But to those paying close attention, the atmosphere shifted immediately. Jungkook slowed. His steps became more measured, more deliberate, as if every movement was thought out, every second calculated. Taehyung didn't immediately turn around. And that was precisely the strangeness. The silence between them felt heavier than any interaction they'd seen before. Not because of what they were doing, but because of what they weren't doing. A few seconds passed. Too long to be a coincidence. Too precise to ignore. Then Taehyung moved. Not closer. Not further away. Just a slight shift. Just enough to change the distance between them. A small, easily overlooked movement, but to ARMY it felt like a signal. A signal of something being held back. Not from the outside, but from within. As if there was an urge to react, to see, to connect, but it was all being consciously held back. Controlled. And this is where the theory began to shift gears. Because such holding back doesn't occur without reason. It comes from something being guarded, hidden, or perhaps protected. The question now was no longer what's happening, but what are they trying not to show? More clips emerged from different angles. Each cut added a new layer. In one shot, Jungkook's hand seemed to tense for a moment. In another, Taehyung's jaw moved subtly, as if holding back something unspeakable. Not dramatic, not flashy, but real. And when all the pieces came together, they began to form a picture that was hard to ignore. A story without words, yet full of meaning. Many fans are starting to realize something important. This isn't indifference, because indifference is effortless. Natural. It requires no effort. This is different. This is effort. Effort not to see. Effort not to react. Effort not to show something that might be too big to show to the world. And if there's effort that big, then there must be something behind it. Something important enough to hide. Or maybe too important to let be seen.